with that, the war game starts to set up. You're going up against a team that's a bit more serious than you all seem to be. They're more. It's one of the teams of the very militaristic people that signed up to do this. They have their information. They're kind of already seeming to know how to use the stuff that they've been given. They're docking into their submarines, and on your guys' end, Malcolm hands Zed a chip. He says, "You might want to install this. This will help you talk to dolphins." And and then I have this for you, and it's like this kind of big crate full of like different types of explosives. And he's like, this. He doesn't give you much time to soak in everything because the war game's about to start. He's like, this one you throw in the water because this is a death mine. This one you can shoot at people, and it will explode on impact. This one you can shoot, but it won't explode on impact.
And I'll plug in the chip and I'll just
and then as you're installing it, he's just like muted out and stuff. You see like a new icon appear on your heads-up display that has like. It's like it looks like a very professional looking graphic design of a dolphin silhouette. And it lets you link up with dolphins to basically give them orders. You're not talking to dolphins. So yeah, that's what they can do. For Kells and Kip, they give you what's it called?
Oh, I was hoping we'd both be riding a jet ski, but I'm like hugging on to the Farragut Kells. We're not wearing shirts.
I want to say actually they give you both one submarine. They give you an Otech Shark. Should have just seen it was called that. But like, it's called an Otech Shark, and it's like a 2-person submersible. I have a picture of it, but I didn't take it, so I'll show you it later.
I just like Googled Otech Shark.
Yeah.
It didn't come up with it.
This is a thing from the 80s. They probably didn't
it's like Google
take pictures
give
of
a
it.
shit.
But yeah, so Kells and Kip are working a 2-man submarine. Who wants to do what?
Kells, you're in charge, my man.
I'll drive. You can. I mean, what other position you can do?
I want to say it's probably driving and then maintenance and weapons.
Hey, Captain.
Yeah, weapons or sea shanties if you want. I mean, I'm not super concerned.
Oh yeah. I mean, I got a good one right here. It's called Uptown Schmuck.
It's good. It's good, man.
We smash cut.
Yeah, I don't even need to hear it.
Jason, you have been outfitted. Basically, Orlin has been giving you these like chips to kind of install to update your cyber deck. And he gives you this equipment that kind of goes on top of your arm. And it's almost like, imagine like kind of like a weird little gun that has a small hole in it, but what it does actually is shoots a wire out of it that's waterproof, that you can use in various different ways. You can either pull it out to directly plug into something underwater, or you can shoot it at something and it has the potential to actually hack whatever you shoot it at. But it's not like it's part of your arm. It's just a thing that kind of like plugs into your cyber deck on top of it, that you can shoot out like that.
Like a Spider-Man web shooter.
A little bit in a way, yeah. And then Lux, they've fitted you with a wetsuit, and they give you wet flippers and everything like that. They give you this rebreather kind of thing that goes over your mouth, and they install like a chip. They give you a chip to install that helps you like learn how to use the weapons. And you see Madison's holding a gun and she's kind of teaching you about it. She's like, okay, this button, if you crank this, that'll get the harpoon ready, and then you can shoot it like that. But everything's kind of the big problem with this setup is that nobody's really giving you time to soak in the information that you're being given. But the other team seems to be super on top of this.
Great.
And with that, they hand you your equipment, and they kind of go up the stairs to the thing. Yes.
What color is my wetsuit?
Black for now. It's a standard issue. Yeah.
Ew.
Madison's is like a navy blue.
Ew.
with like a pink going down the arm straps and stuff.
Okay. All right.
Okay, this is fine.
That's all right.
Polka dot. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. That's so cute.
But they all ascend the staircase that leads to the overtop platform, and you've lined up almost like on either sides of the war game. And you have a moment before the whistle goes off.
Captain,
Yeah, bud. You ready?
are we gonna die today?
Maybe, and I'll jack into my vehicle link.
Yeah, so you it
I'm on
feels
sea shanties.
there's definitely a lot more going on than it was on your motorcycle with that vehicle link. There's a lot of things that just don't make sense. You're not entirely sure what they mean yet, because this thing can go in multiple directions, not just forward or backwards. So you're gonna have to figure that out on the fly. Does anybody else do anything just before we get in?
I try to talk to a dolphin.
You see a dolphin kind of swimming around in front of you. You're not going into the water. I want to say, Kip, Kells, you've definitely gotten into your submarine, of course. Jason, you have the ability to get into the water if you want. Lux, you probably should get into the water.
I will not. I will talk to a dolphin. And I will say, hello?
It
Can
doesn't
you-
respond.
Okay. Well, this is
You
not
see
a
a symbol
conversation.
pop up, but you aren't entirely sure what that symbol means.
This is every nightmare I have.
What is,
It is
nobody's
the night
ready
of
for the school
play.
test?
It is night of the play. I have just been handed a script and said, memorize all of your lines in 5 minutes. Nope.
And with that, the alarm goes off. And I want to say we have to roll for initiative. So you hear at the other end, like you hear, it's literally John Neptune with a seashell, like in the thing, just going with his trident and stomping on it. As you see Frank Haraga, just like everybody in the room is just very embarrassed. But that is the bell to start. You see on the other end of the pool one of the sub jocks. That it's the same idea. It's a Otex shark submarine. Just kind of like bubbles shoot out of it. It starts to go under the water, and it starts to kind of head. You're not entirely too sure where yet. The water is a little bit murkier than like they didn't make it clear like a pool water. They wanted to kind of simulate ocean warfare in this environment, so the water is a bit murky, and you can't see where it went, but it definitely dived underwater, and that's and it's gone for now. And then you see the goon. I'm gonna give them names. There's a guy. He's wearing the same kind of attire as Lux, so he seems like he's an underwater combat specialist. Wearing like wetsuit, rebreather kind of deal. Has these kind of neat goggles on because maybe they don't have cyberware eyes or something. Jumps into the water. Same thing. Kind of submerses himself into there. And gets in there. And then the fourth guy just kind of goes like this, talks into something, and you don't know what happened, but you see some movement in the water. And that brings us to Lux's turn. There's a bunch of things in the water you can't see.
Okay, wait, hold please. I have in my eyes infrared. Can I see anyone?
You can't see them above the water. Like it kind of glitches as you look above the water, but maybe when you get in the water, it might help.
Yeah. Like underwater, when I look out, can I see shadows?
Yes,
Well,
you
I guess
can
it would
see
be light.
at least two shadows. You can see the guy with the underwater combat gear, and you can see. What? Is that a shark? Is that like an actual literal shark? Yeah, that looks like a shark. There's like the silhouette, like a red silhouette of a shark. You
Lux
don't
gets
know
out
where
of the pool and leaves.
Yeah, you don't know where the submarine is. The submarine seems to be cloaked or something. It's not registering on your infrared.
A Romulan? I will.
Yes.
Okay, and what does my gun do? I have a harpoon on it.
Who knows?
They like told me, right? I literally don't remember what you told me.
It's got a harpoon, and technically it has a laser on it. Normal versions of that gun do not have lasers on it, but this is a training session. You're not trying to kill each other. So you don't exactly know what type of bullets it would normally fire. But you do know that for this training session, you have what looks like a harpoon. It has kind of like a Nerf tip to it. But still a hook.
Okay.
And what's it called? And like a laser pointer kind of thing on it.
Okay, and would I be able to tell at all just by looking at it if the harpoon is the kind where it just like goes, or if there's a rope connecting?
You wouldn't know immediately.
Okay.
You can surmise based on the fact that it still has a hook on it. It does have a rope attached to it.
Okay. I'm gonna fire at the... Is the guy moving slower or the shark moving slower?
The guy's moving slower for sure.
I'm gonna start by firing at the guy.
All right. He's a bit distant, but pretty good. What did you shoot him with?
The laser?
The laser. Okay.
I'm not shooting him with a harpoon.
Harpoon might be a bit distant, but
Fuck off!
It's kind of cool when you shoot it. You notice that the laser, it's not just like a straight laser, like laser tag or anything like that, and it's not like an invisible laser like some laser tag either. You can actually see what look like hologram-looking bullets kind of shoot out of it. They're red, so you can tell they're like lasers, but it's genuinely shooting a laser out of it. I want to say you hit. You see him get like. And he like kind of floats for a second, but immediately regains himself. It seems like the lasers do have some sort of impact ability on them, based on what you just did right there. That brings us to Kel's and technically Kip, but it is Kel's turn first.
I'm going underwater. Can I see anyone underwater? Like, is there... Yeah.
Okay, so you dive underwater, and then you said you wanted to see if you can see anything?
Yeah.
Roll me. Sea vehicle tech.
Oh no!
No, guess what I'm good at?
Oh.
Sea vehicle tech?
Yep. I
Why?
pointed all of them.
Damn
Nomad mode, dude.
You were all supposed to suck at this.
Made the right choice.
Yeah. So because I'm a nomad, I also get to add my moto skill to any vehicle roll. So
That's awesome.
Oh,
You picked the
yes.
right
Oh,
class to
yes.
try then.
correct.
Are you a nomad pirate? Did you lie to this fellow?
Yeah. Just
Are
for a
you
little
one
bit
of
of
the
time.
wet willies?
20. I got a 20.
You got a 20. Okay, so you managed to submerge the vehicle and like there's like an ear pop moment because like the difference. And what you notice immediately, because you are able to kind of figure out the heads up display pretty well, whatever chip they gave you like kind of finished off the job of whatever you didn't know, but you did know a little bit of this apparently. And you managed to get the HUD working, which manages to find motion in the ocean. You can't necessarily see it with your naked eye, but there is like a box that highlights where you think maybe the submarine is. And also two smaller boxes that seem to highlight both of them are labeled as bio, like so humanoid or some sort of living creature. You do have the ability to talk to each other. Kels, you are not on guns, so you technically can't like shoot or anything, but you can maneuver or
Kip.
or communicate kind of.
Kip, I see him. You gotta shoot. Shoot one of the bio ones. Yeah. And name the ship. You gotta name it. That's real important.
It's important. He spends his whole turn naming it.
Wow.
The
Not my
SS
turn
kid.
yet, right? It's
Um,
not my turn, right?
no, not yet. So that actually adds a kind of fun scenario to it. Of does Kip pay enough attention that he can remember what Kels told him between turns? Which brings us to Zed. Zed, you are on the land. The last thing you tried to do before the whole fight even started was you said hi to a dolphin and something lit up on your screen, but you aren't entirely sure what that meant.
Yep. Okay, so I have this box. It's got explosives in it. Is there anything that distinguishes one from another?
Well, one of them's a gun, so that's obvious. One of them seems like a ball, and that's not a gun, so that's good. But the gun maybe has two firing options, it seems, and you're not entirely sure which is which. Also, you notice they all seem to have a strange thing on them all.
A thing.
A thing.
What kind?
If you would like, you can roll me sea vehicle tech. Got
Some
him!
of us aren't cool nomads. 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you, it looks like a clip. Like an attachment.
Oh. Okay. I want to, with my dolphin brain, to call one of the
war.
I want to call one of the there's only one. Is there only
one dolphin?
I want to call it over.
Okay, yeah. So
Or rather,
you command
wait, hang on. From what I saw when the dolphin came up out of the water, did it have like a harness on?
Yes, it
Or-
had cyberware ports on it.
Yeah, I want the dolphin. Bring dolphin here. Come, dolphin.
You see a ding, like the same icon pops up, and the dolphin gets onto the land next to you and just kind of goes.
Cool. Okay, so there's a gun. They all have this clip stuff on them?
Yeah. There seems to be about 3 ports on the dolphin that look like they would magnetize to him. Like when you look at that and you look at the dolphin, you realize, oh, these 2 things can go together.
Sweet. Yeah, I do have an intelligence of 7, so I'm like, I can deduce. Cool. I'm gonna arm the dolphin.
Yes,
Put a
yes.
gun on the dolphin.
Okay, so what do you do to the dolphin?
Well, I want to put a gun on the dolphin.
Okay, so the dual gun thing. You click
Yeah.
it on, and you notice that the dolphin heads-up display in your view now has 2 more options on it. By just clicking that one thing on.
Okay. Does that take up
Dolphin's
one spot
looking
or
at
2?
you like,
As they do. Does that take up 1 port or multiple ports?
it has 2 more open ports, but whatever the gun that you plugged in seems to have 2 options, is what it says.
Let's just take this. Well, we're gonna take this for a test drive, and I'm just gonna like just go.
Just kind of pulls back into the water. It has like essentially like what looks like a grenade launcher attachment on its back now. And it gets back into the water. And I want to say that was long enough for maybe your turn. You've armed the dolphin and sent it back into the water, so now it's back in.
Would I have thought to put grenades in that grenade launcher?
You don't. And then the grenade, based on the icons, it seems like it would do something. So it's not that it's not loaded.
Got it. All right,
it's
that's
more
good.
so you don't know what the other 2 things would have done if you put them on the dolphin.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, so that dolphin is in play and fully armed. Kip, it is your turn. You have been given commands by Kells.
Oh god. I think he wanted me to target the biotic.
Target
Yes.
the bioticles.
The
Bionicles, yes.
Biotic.
They're making
Right.
a comeback. Shoot them down.
Shoot him down.
Stop them now.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
You shoot these what look like just big lasers shoot out of it. They're like almost like those Nerf gun missiles that they shoot out of it, but you miss. It seems the whatever you shot at, you aren't sure which one's which. Whatever you shot at seemed to kind of roll out of the way, pretty fast, unexpectedly fast. And yeah, that brings us to Jason.
What do I see by not being in the water?
Not much. there's you have the ability to you have swimming gear on and stuff like that, so you have the ability to get in the water. As far as your options go, there is kind of a bridge that goes over the pool. There seems to be things on it that you can do, or there's probably stuff underwater that you can do, but you aren't entirely sure.
Do I have any kind of scuba gear? Can I be okay underwater?
Yeah,
Oh.
you'd be fine underwater, and you've been
Okay.
sealed too the night before, so you're fine to do anything underwater.
I wasn't sure about the breathing.
Yeah. No, you have a rebreather kind of thing.
You know what? I'm gonna check out the bridge.
Okay, so you run up to the top of the bridge. There's a couple of ports up there. You're not entirely sure what any of them do.
I'm just gonna choose one.
All right.
The middle one.
All right. So what you managed to do, you weren't entirely sure what this thing would do because you didn't really have enough time to study it, and you just plugged in. And you're like, turn on whatever it does. You activated a sonar for your team. So now everybody on your team can see everything, and they get a bonus when they start to shoot at them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it links to everyone's devices and stuff that they have. Lux has like some sort of thing that now allows her to see where the sonar picks up. Zed can see it through like the dolphin has the ability to kind of pick up where things are close to it and stuff. But what's bad about the dolphin is that it's measured in like distance number wise, not necessarily like you can see it and stuff. You're kind of commanding this thing from a third person, like you're the middleman kind of thing. So it's a little bit harder for you to figure out. But
I'm a support class.
yeah, Kip and Kells managed to like the targets that they see are now lit up, so you can actually see like their outlines and everything like that. Every single time the sonar goes off, you can see the outline of these things in the water.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, that brings us back to the submarine, which gets closer to your side of the pool. You see something eject out of the side of it that immediately, like, it looks like a person for a second, and then like it disappears, like the sonar isn't picking it up or something. That's awkward. But the submarine is getting closer, and it decides to take a pot shot at the other submarine, going for the biggest fish in the room. So it does hit your boat. Okay, so you feel the boat, like the submarine, like, and like you see what looks like hologram water getting into the boat, but it's not real because they don't want to actually drown you in this. But like the submarine is starting to fill up with water a little bit.
Captain.
Yep, you got it. Did you give it a name yet? Give it a name and then start shoveling out the water.
For once in my life, I'm out of names. Should I just name it a song?
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
that one, Tom.
Take some time. Take some time. No pressure.
And then there's something that goes like Jason, you're kind of, this is the next character's turn. Jason, you're still hacked into the thing, and all of a sudden your net running stuff goes haywire. Like something just like you feel like your eyes start to light up and everything. So you do it takes 6 damage from you as it like kind of fries your brain for a second. You like it genuinely hurts too, but you get like a bad headache from it, but no real danger again. But something underwater seems to have hacked you for a second and sent a frying signal up to you. And then it's the other goon's turn. This is the one that's the underwater combatant that was going up against Lux. It seems to do something with its like side where it goes like this. There's some kind of latch or something, and it speeds forward to get closer to you, and he's also like kind of turning like this, doing a barrel roll as he gets close, and he raises his gun to kind of shoot at you. Okay, so he does 3 damage to your body, or to your hit points, because it's the difference. So he hits you in the like, you actually feel yourself get stunned for a moment as it bypasses your wetsuit armor and stuff. And it kind of like shocks you for a second. You kind of stall in the water for a moment.
It's fucking rude.
And then the shark. So the shark seems to kind of dive down and speed up, and then the submarine, you feel something go from underneath, which adds a bit more water and does a bit more damage to you. Let's
Kip,
see if
the name. What's the name, Kip?
So the submarine, you see it fill up with more water, and it literally, like a big X goes on the screen as your controls turn off.
We abandoned ship.
I mean, yeah, you can, but you're technically out of the war game, is essentially what happened.
Oh, is this my fault?
we needed a name, Kip. Names have power.
You just couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't do it.
Lux, it is your turn. What you kind of can see in the water is that guy's coming right at you apparently he's made you notice something that your wetsuit can do that you weren't totally aware of, because he pressed a thing on his side and it jet streamed him forward. But what you can also see from your angle is that there's a shark shooting shit at the submarine from below.
Can I see is there a nut? There's an enemy submarine in here too, right?
Yes.
Can I see where that is?
Yeah, it's kind of further in the back.
So it's like really far away from me.
It's far enough away that you would have to roll pretty high to hit it from here, because it seems like they're just... something else you can see with your infrared is that there's a guy activating some sort of panel underneath the water, too.
Activating a panel on...
Like, he's got a net running thing, and he activated...
Oh.
There's, like, a pillar connected to the same platform that Jason's standing on that he hacked into, and he, like, seemed to have hacked into it from under the water to send a signal up to Jason.
Oh, God. None of this is what I wanted to do, but I will... I will go ahead and I will... I'm gonna... try to find whatever the hell it is that guy touched. I'm gonna like just start slapping myself trying to find whatever it was that guy did.
It actually goes off and it sends you jolting forward.
Awesome.
So that's a movement. Where would you like to go?
I'm trying to aim towards the... I want to get... If a guy's coming at me, I want to like go down, but towards the Netrunner guy, because I'm gonna
Pew the Netrunner guy?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say you're close enough to the Netrunner that you can shoot him if you want.
Okay.
You managed to dodge the other combatant guy, who seems like he is a little surprised that you managed to like figure it out and outmaneuver him. Like, this guy's like a military type that probably takes himself very seriously and is like proud of the fact that he knows this shit. So he's surprised such lowly stock actually managed to figure this thing out.
Well, I'm like driving by him. I want to be like, pew. And then...
You want to shoot him instead?
No, like with my fingers.
Roll 26 damage. Emotional damage.
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to shoot the other guy.
The Netrunner. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, so you actually managed to knock him out. You see him just kind of like, and then it's almost like when Mega Man gets hit, how like a big spark kind of shoots around him and he falls backwards, and he just kind of like, you see a bunch of like air bubbles shoot out of him, like as if he just like screamed a little bit, and he just kind of like floats there, like, like it's just completely decimated by this thing. And with that, it goes down to Zed.
Okay. What can I see? What can I see? Tell me.
Basically,
Everything?
you can kind of see the outline of where your dolphin is in the water, and then you can see a sonar kind of array around things that are in the water, but you're not entirely sure what they are, but you can get a good bead on them via the dolphin. Like, your dolphin has a advantage when it starts to do things against those things.
Okay. I can see my teammates as well. Like, I can see where
Yes,
Lux
yeah.
is, and I can see the sad submarine
Yeah,
boys.
all of you were able to always see your teammates. Like, there's something
Okay.
in your heads-up displays that allow you to see your teammates.
Okay.
If you don't have cyberware up here, they gave you goggles that do it.
Okay. If I see that there's this other person behind where Lux is, I'm gonna send my attack dolphin to deal with that.
How would you like the dolphin to do that?
Oh geez, I don't know. One of the weird things that I attached to its body. The left one.
Alrighty. You definitely hit. Roll 4d6. So you see from your angle just a bunch of bubbles just shoot out of the water, and you see like a guy's foot just kind of like and he's just kind of like floating on the top of the water with this like repeat around. He can't move.
I
He's,
just
like,
wave at him.
you
Or no,
only
no,
see it
I
after
also
the
give-
bubbles calm down.
Okay, cool. I also give him just like a finger gun.
He wants to flick you off, but he can't move. He's just so very angry. Alrighty, so that brings us to Jason. Whatever was attacking you in your mind is gone now.
Okay. I guess I will try. I'm gonna plug into another port because you said there were a bunch, right?
Yeah, there's a couple.
All right, I'm
I want to say that goes off. What you managed to shoot out is it looks like this one shoots out a net, just kind of like into the water, which manages to it unfortunately just hits the guy that was floating, and he starts to sink down. He's like, no. But it also kind of like it hits the shark a little bit, but because the guy got hit with it, the shark manages to easily get out of it.
I forgot there was a shark.
There's a shark. There's a shark with a grenade launcher.
There will be a shark and dolphin battle.
Yep. With that, we go back to Goon 2, who's in the submarine. The submarine turns to Lux, and it shoots. It It takes 22 damage from you. So what's your body SP?
11.
11. Okay, so I takes what's it called? 11 damage. What's that put you at?
37 out of 50.
Oh my, yeah, you're taking it like a champ, jeez. But you're like stunned a little bit again, and the water just. And then the shark goes. The shark kind of turns and sees. It kind of like raises out of the water a bit and takes a pot shot at Jason with the grenade launcher. It is both a land and
What the
air
fuck?
yeah, what you see is, you remember the Jurassic or the Jaws ride at Universal Studios, but it's got like a grenade launcher on its back, and it's fucking horrifying. It misses, fortunately enough, though. Like you see these like kind of laser balls shoot out of it, but they lob over the platform, and one of them hits the platform. But because this is like a simulation, it doesn't shake the platform or anything like that. It's easier to do that when you're underwater. But like you just see it like shatter against it and everything, so it misses. And with that, it is Lux's turn. The two things that are in the water is there's a shark and a submarine.
And is the submarine still far away?
Submarine's closer now because it started to drive towards you when you took out its friend and it took a shot at you.
I will shoot at the shark, I guess. I can't tell where the shit came out of the submarine, could I?
Like the missiles? Where
Yeah.
the missiles came out? Yeah, you can probably see. There's like these two kind of like, they look a little bit like grenade launchers sticking out of the front of it, but they shoot torpedoes.
Does it look like I could shoot a harpoon gun into it so it couldn't fire anymore out of one
You
of them?
probably could shoot a harpoon into those gun holes and see what happens, but you wouldn't necessarily know.
Let's try it!
Why not? Experimentation.
Yeah!
Okay. You do something. You're not entirely sure if it worked or not. But your harpoon is on, like, you shoot it and it goes and it like shoots out, and now you have this rope that's kind of like jammed into this torpedo port. And you aren't entirely sure what that might do. It doesn't seem to have damaged the submarine, let's put it that way.
No, I wanted to damage the grenade launcher thing.
Yeah, it hasn't seemingly damaged that either. It is a pretty impressive shot that you got it in there, but like, but now you are kind of being slowly, like, as the submarine closes distance, you can see the slack on the thing. It's almost like the thing could drag you if it were to pull in a different direction or something.
Okay.
With that, it is Zed's turn.
So, this shark.
This shark.
This shark. When I had the dolphin fire, were all the symbols still there?
One of them went away.
Excellent. Okay. Well, I'm gonna nod towards the shark and say, "Go get him, Tiger." And I'm gonna, whatever the second one is.
Okay, so here's what happens. You shoot these two, it looks like a slightly different bullet comes out of it, and it punches the shark in the chest, which kind of, like, it causes it to, like, but, like, it doesn't explode, though.
Uh-huh. Are there any other things on my display?
It is still lit up on your display as if it has not been used yet.
I will activate it again.
It blows up.
Yay!
So if you remember, one of them says they blow up on impact, and the other one says they blow up when you command.
See, Zed wasn't listening. Zed was saying,
Yeah, exactly.
I'll figure it out when
It's
I
like
get
that
there.
suddenly comes back to you. It's like, oh yeah. So then it blows up. Okay, so the shark kind of like, and like you see it kind of get shocked a little bit, but then it kind of seems to swim back to the port and goes into like this kind of door that opens for it and closes behind it. So the shark is out of play, essentially. You've blown up the shark. You jumped the shark.
I made it a fish out of water.
With that, you hear the seahorn go off again. And all the like UI HUD and stuff like that seems to stop for everybody's displays and everything like that. It seems like the war game has ended. The submarine, the enemy submarine seems to return to dock. The autopilot on the submarine that's been stalled by for Kells and Kip seems to kind of like turn back on again, leaving you to command it back to the dock. And everybody who is like kind of stunned seems to be able to like move again, and they swim to their part, like they swim back onto the shore. Leaving
What
you all-
happens to my harpoon in the
the
submarine?
harpoon,
They take it with
it
them?
starts to drag you a little bit unless if you bring it back in. Oh hell, oh heck.
Fuck. Okay.
With that, you all make it onto land on the pool, and you see all of your teachers kind of come up to you. Your teachers specifically are very impressed with your output. Like, Malcolm kind of goes up to Zed, and he's just like, wow, you really figured it out pretty quickly there. I think you're a born natural to lead these animal agents.
There was a shark in the water.
Yeah, we got sharks. We got all sorts of things. Dolphins are probably the smartest, though. Sharks are basically just brute force. And he kind of like goes on this like rant about marine life that he's like really, really into, and what their cyberware works like and everything like that. But it starts to become a little bit too technical after a certain point. Just like, and he's just freaking out. Madison kind of whips her hair back. She's like, did pretty good there, Lex.
Thanks.
What are you doing tonight, by the way? You got some free time?
She like freezes. For what? Yes.
Maybe we could have some after mission drinks, if you know what I mean. She kind of winks, takes your gun from you, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna need you to get out of that wetsuit too.
Oh damn.
Oh, like right
Damn.
now?
I mean, you could go into private if you need to. It's just need to
She start. Oh, I guess I should. Okay.
yeah, you know. It's just like an awkward moment. You see the Mac McDonaldson goes up to Kells and Kip, and he just kind of looks at you, and he's just like,
We should name it the lionfish.
There it is.
I start crying.
I'll hug him and pat his head as he cries. Pat his spikes.
It was the lionfish the whole time. I'm so sorry.
looks like I'm gonna have a lot to teach you boys. He looks a little disappointed. I think we'll start with ski jocks. Work our way up to sharks. And then Olin goes up to Jason. He's just like, well, yeah, I mean, you did pretty good, but you kind of stuck to what you knew. You'd probably need to get your feet wet, if you know what I mean. Ocean warfare.
No, I'm
Hashtag
okay.
ocean
I'm
warfare.
fine. Nope, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you got the right idea, though. You can use stuff on land to affect stuff in water. Good for you. You figured that out. But you might want to start using stuff in water to affect stuff on land. That's where it gets tricky. That's where people don't expect it.
But if I'm on land and they're on land, why not just stay on land?
Well, that's different. If it comes to land-on-land combat, then of course. But if you have the opportunity to sneak attack from below, that works way better. They don't see that coming because they can't even see you.
They got the high ground.
They do have the high ground.
Lionfish.
Yeah, in the background.
And with that, basically, they all kind of dismiss you and allow you to just kind of hang out on the base and do whatever you want.
Kip runs from wherever they ended all the way to his dorm room and cries into mumbling something about lionfish.
Something about lionfish. I want to say, what?
The only things I would have done, if it was even an option, was to,
It's all
well, once I got to my room to see if there was anything for me to like plug into to like learn more about the facility.
Oh yeah, I mean the facility probably has a library and or training center that allows you to jack into it to like kind of either update your OS or look into more training tactics and stuff like that. So yeah, you can do that for sure.
Yeah, that'd be stuff that I would do.
Lux, what is it that you wanted to do really quick?
Well, it's not quick because she would go and have a conversation with Zed first, and depending on how that conversation went, she would go and do someone else.
Oh. I want to say on your way to go talk to Zed, like all of you kind of split off for a bit and stuff like that. You encounter a conversation between Frank and John Neptune. I have to specify his last name because there are 17 characters in the scenario named Johnny.
Jesus
really
Christ, could they
like that
not
name,
come
don't
up with
they?
a better name?
Yeah, Johnny's a great name, okay?
And they're all played by Keanu Reeves.
But you see John and Frank Hiraga, like they're at the end of a hallway. They don't realize they're being overheard or anything, but John Neptune's just like, these two, I mean, this group is Beacon. You really expect these people to, like, they barely scraped through that. There's no way they're going to be ready for the real ocean. There's no way we're going to lose Nautilus base if these jokers are going to be in charge of it. And Frank Hiraga just kind of smiles. And he's like, I don't know. I think you should trust them a little bit more. They did that high-rise stunt. They managed to scrape by with that. And Neptune's just like, whatever. You train them if you want. I think these schmucks are probably just going to get themselves killed and we're going to lose Nautilus base. And it's going to be on your head, Frank. And he kind of storms away from him. Frank doesn't even notice you, and he just kind of smirks and walks off the other way down the hall.